Good day and welcome to yet another episode of Territories Talk. Territories Talk online edition was founded in 2021 by persons in Cayman Islands, Virgin Islands, and Bermuda Islands. The purpose of Territories Talk is to educate ourselves and each other about what's going on in our islands as small island, I guess you say small island people, but big things are going on in our islands. I want to give a shout out to my co-hosts, which are Shanna Smith Archer in the Virgin Islands, speaker Shirley Osborne in Montserrat, our media partners, Channel 82 in Bermuda, Cayman Road in the Cayman Islands, and also CBN Radio in the Virgin Islands, Radio Montserrat, Radio Turks and Caicos, Radio Sabre. So, welcome again to another episode of Territories Talk. And today we will be speaking to two government officials from Bermuda about their summer day camp program. Good day.
Good day.
Good day to you and your listening audience.
Yes. Thank you for having us this morning. We're super excited to share some really good information about what we're offering for our Summer Day Camp program for 2025. We come under the guise of Department of Sports and Recreation, and I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah, sorry, slight glitch with the internet.
Oh,
Hello.
Hello.
hello, can you hear
Yes,
us?
yes. Slight glitch with the internet. Good day. How are you doing?
Doing
We're
well.
great.
Okay, so to the, I guess you say to my immediate right, but I don't know how it looks on your screen. We have Miss Crystal Richardson. Good morning, Miss Richardson. How are you doing?
Good morning.
And the person down the bottom wearing
I'm
the
Grace this one.
and the person down the bottom wearing some other colors is Mr. Kenny Bartram.
Good morning. Good morning. How's
Good
everyone?
morning, Mr. Bartram. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
All right,
And
so
yourself?
I'm blessed. So tell us, and tell the people out there watching and viewing in Bermuda and around the region, what are you here talking about today?
So I'll start. My name's Kenneth Bartram. I'm the Senior Recreation Development Officer at the Department of
Mhm.
Sport and Recreation. And each year we actually put on Summer Day Camp. That's one of the offerings that we actually do. We're actually in the process now of actually rolling out the summer camp registrations. And I have Ms. Crystal Richardson, who's the camp director, who will be in charge of that process.
Okay, Ms. Richardson, tell us
Good morning,
what's your
everyone.
role.
Yes.
Hmm.
So my role, I actually coordinate. We have about 8 camp offerings this summer, and right now, like I understand, the guys are just overseeing that process. With 8 camps, that means we can offer summer day camp programs to over 500 local campers on the island. So that's all of our young people who are coming out of school, and parents are looking for places for them to go. This year, our theme is going to be under the guise of it's called a Sportacular Summer. So we have our program runs for I think it's the ages between 4 and 15. Um, we have 2 specialty camps, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. So, but our other camps, the 6 camps that we do offer, are our primary as well as our teen camp. And each camp goes from one end of the island to the next. So we kind of have a range from the eastern all the way going up into the western end of the island. And it's a great 6 week program that we're offering. It's great because, it's going to be registration is going to start on Monday. And we're just making sure parents have an awareness that they can come on and decide which program they want to go. You can go week by week, or you can join us for the entire 6 weeks. This year, we are offering two new facilities that we've never done before. Well, one, we're going back to having a teen camp. And the one that we're really looking forward to is we're having a mini cut match camp. So, for those of our Somerset and obviously our wonderful St. George's supporters, I'm not biased, we're offering a camp that's going to showcase our young talents. We're looking for at least 30 campers to join us. We're going to have 15 people that will kind of be trained on opposing sides. This is something new that we're bringing to our department. This is something we haven't done and we're really excited about. We're just looking to kind of introduce, we're not introduced, but looking at enhancing the cricket for the young people. So any parents that might be listening and think that, this is something their sons or their daughters might be interested in, we're hoping that they will join us on Monday and register their young people because we're definitely looking to guide them in the guise of having a mini cup match. And it's something that we do every year, but we've never actually had a camp that will kind of
Focus
steer
on
them
that.
towards improving their cricket skills.
I see.
I just want
And
to add also is that this is a massive undertaking. The Bermuda government has been running camps for over 50 years now. And you've heard Ms. Richardson say that we're offering 500 camp spots, but that's 500 per week for 6 weeks.
what is the
So
cost for this 500 these camp spots?
the, it's $60 per week.
What, $60 a day? You got to be
Sixty
specific.
dollars per week.
So a family in this time that we now have, well, I don't know, increased cost of living, a family only has to pay $60 per week for the child to be supervised and learn.
Correct. And it has been
Okay.
this way for a number of
Yes.
years now. So the price has been really reasonable. Uh, and in that we've actually been able to provide families with, I guess you want to say, more.
Okay. So let's get into Miss Richardson. Let's get into some of the specifics of some of the camps besides the wonderful cup match camp.
Sure. So one of the things that we definitely pride ourselves on is that we actually employ about 150 young people. But they're not just coming, they usually come with some sort of expertise. So we have a specialty areas of, we have art specialists, we have dance specialists, as well as sports specialists who are all trained. First of all, they have to come to us having some certification as SCAR, CPR, and first aid training. And
Okay,
then we
so
add extensive
one
training.
minute.
Uh,
What is
oh, sorry.
what is SCAR's training for those who don't know? Because remember, we're talking to an audience
So,
that not just in Bermuda.
oh, that's right. So SCAR training is what we use as almost like a child protection way of just educating people on those risks that can happen in terms of inappropriate conduct towards young people. It kind of gives us things that we shouldn't do, and then also things that we should look for. Remember, these are just as you would have it in the school system. We kind of translate that into our summer day camp program. So it's almost like a learning tool to recognize those things that we may see in children that may be a sense of awareness that things are going on. It doesn't necessarily have to be in their household, but something may be going on that we should be made aware of. So it's almost like we use it as a knowledge based system for our young counselors who might be in charge of children that may be facing crisis. So it's almost like a prevention agency for us that we go through that training. So anyone that is onboarded as a member of our team will have to go through that SCARS training. And then also, obviously, CPR and first aid is a universal training tool because it's not just camp just on dry land. We do incorporate swimming and other activities. And we want to make sure that we kind of have that hedge of protection around our young people that are within our care for the 6 weeks.
Mhm. Okay. And back to you, Mr. Bartram. How long have you been
So,
involved with the summer day camp program? You're muted.
Apologies. 1 year and 3 weeks.
And you're not counting though.
No, I'm not content. I
And how's he? And how? And for those that wish to be, I'm gonna use the term counselors. How do they apply to be counselors?
so all persons who were counseling, or
So
actually
right.
all persons who were applying for jobs within our summer day camp would have done so when we rolled out the links for employment, and
Uh
we
huh.
normally do that in January, February.
Okay. All right. And you have a full complement of counselors.
I'd have to. I'll leave that one to Ms. Richardson.
Well, we still are looking. Yeah, so we are still looking to hire. So anyone that would like to put in a late application can send an application to our government email, which is sdc@gov.bm. And we would just require a cover letter and a resume from you if you still are interested in a consulate position. We do have a age requirement of 18. So if anyone is 18 and or older, and this is an opportunity for anyone that might be interested in going in the educational route or to work with children, young people. It kind of gives them an exposure of what it's all about in terms of being a classroom teacher. So it kind of works twofold. It's definitely a place of safety for 500 young campers, and then also it allows people who may not have that work experience and are looking to see whether or not working with children is an area that they want to focus on in terms of a career choice. So it works in twofold. Our senior staff tend to be our educators. So they kind of have that support. So it's not like we're, just letting them free range. They definitely have the support. And we do a lot of things to also support them beyond the training that we expect them to come with the scars and CPR. We do offer training just in terms of how to handle children, how to communicate properly to children, even the safety elements of things that they can do to support them. We do have specialists. So when we talk about specialists, these might be young people who are a part of a local dance studio, and then they come share their talents with other young people. And we definitely have the showcase of Camporama. So that's when everyone in the camp can participate and parents can come out and see their dance showcase. And then we'll have an open house that will allow them to see their artwork that their children have worked on. So we tend to do that. In terms of the sports wise, this year, because the theme is having a sportacular summer, every week we're going to specialize in either a sport relating to the land, to the sea, any sports that will have them up flying up in the air. And then we'll have different tournaments because we also want to promote teamwork and what sportsmanship's really about. So that's what our sports specialists will focus on. So our camps kind of range it for just about every type of activity that you can think about. They get it all in one go for the 6 week period. So it's very extensive, and we're glad. It keeps everyone has a little taste of everything. But us being a sporting department, we tend to kind of gravitate towards the sporting activities. Like last year, we had a pickleball tournament that we're looking to introduce. We're definitely going to incorporate a football tournament. And obviously, with summertime coming about, we can't leave out cricket. So we'll leave cricket in there as well. We do have access to baseball pitches as well as a softball pitch. So we try to incorporate just about everything that we can think about. This year, we're looking to add some water sports because our staff is also trained to be water safety conscious. So we're definitely looking to do that as well.
All right. And back to you, Mr. Bartram. How do parents or guardians, how do they register their young folks for these? And what are the age brackets again?
4 to 15, 4 to 14.
Okay. So how do they register the young folks for these courses or the summer day camp?
So if they go to www.sports, sports, and rac, rec.bm, they will see the whole, what we call Camp Connect, which not only includes the government camps, but also includes uh, partner camps or private camps that we've partnered with. I think one of the
Mm,
key aspects about this is that I talked about the close to 500 spots per week, but we've actually For the government camps, it's like 2,730 camp spots for over the 6 weeks. We then added an additional 1,700 or so through our partners,
Mm.
taking the total to over 4,000 camp spots for young people for the summer.
For the entire summer. Okay.
Yeah.
And when was this expanded? Because I know a couple of years ago there was a little challenge for some parents to get their children registered.
Yes, absolutely. There's always going to be a challenge. We realize that there's challenges out there. We've had waiting lists for quite some time. Our job, we know that we can never eliminate the waiting list because there's always going to be someone there. We've tried to minimize that as best as possible, and that's why starting it was starting in 2024. We've put together this Camp Connect, a hub where persons can go and get comprehensive information on summer camps, and to make it easier, it's more streamlined registration process where per- young people or persons can, whether their parents or guardians, can sign their young people up for a summer day camp.
Okay.
The good thing about this year is, like I said, it would start actually, one camp actually starts the week prior or the 23rd, I think it is, of
Okay.
June, based on because some schools will be coming out early. And I think the latest the camp would finish is like September 5th. Not all are going that same limit, but throughout the summer, you will find different offerings from different camps.
Okay. So as we close up, any closing remarks, Ms. Richardson?
Well, I encourage all of our young parents who may be listening to just try us out. Government camp is a specialty camp. Love that we can offer so much. I want to put an extra plug in for our mini cop match camp, which will be actually our coaches. We've just signed them to wonderful coaches. We have Urban Remain coming in to coach as well as Elias Bascom. And I think that it's going to add a good spark, show a lot of emphasis on what cricket's all about. So any young inspiring cricketers that want to have that skill, we're going to bring it to you this year, and we're definitely going to look forward to them joining us. I want to say that we do have one camp that's for campers with exceptionalities, and their registration will not be on the 12th, but it's there on the 15th. That is for Camp 4. We're not going to leave them out because we realize that we're living in a community where we have parents that have children that have exceptionalities. So their registration will be on a different day, but everyone else is on the 12th. We always claim it as an employee market that good because we love young people and we can't wait to have 500 young campers join us this summer. We're looking for a fun, safe, and a spectacular summer. So please register your kids. Thanks.
Uh, yeah, we had a little problem with the audio there. Could you repeat some of that, Mr. Bartram?
Yeah, I was having a little trouble hearing it as well, but I did hear uh, about Camp Papua,
Mm-hmm.
which I wanted to also include that this is an inclusive camp, meaning that we are working with special needs or persons with exceptionalities. But we also, in addition to that, we've got 15 spaces there. But we also have a partner camp that also deals with persons with exceptionalities. So
Mm-hmm.
we have something that is for everyone, whether it's recreation, education, sports, dance, drama. Um, it's a wide range, and we advise people to go up early, have a look at all the offerings, and then make make a choice.
Okay. So, any shout out you want to give to any of your coworkers, so on and so forth?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to the Hill Department of Sport and Recreation. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for our minister who was able to get us funding to provide for the people of Bermuda.
Who's that
Um,
minister?
Minister Owen Darrell,
Mm-hmm.
JPAB.
Okay.
And then, it's a great program, and I long may it go on. because it's
All right.
definitely benefiting Bermuda and the community.
All right. Well, I want to thank all of you, both of you, for coming on. Thank your staff at the Department of, I used to call it Youth Sports and Recreation, but Department of Sports and Recreation. Is Mr. One, what's it by name? Edna still there?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
He's
the
still
con.
here. He's the
Yes.
senior sport development officer.
Well, give him a special shout out because I guess we have to have him on the show another day to talk about cup match because that in itself is a show that we need to educate ourselves and our people about the history of cup match and stuff like that.
I would gladly convey that message to Somerset. Yes, Miss Datness.
Okay. All right. Well, Miss Richardson and Mr. Bartram.
I apologize.
Thank,
Hear me now.
it's a little sketchy, but it's all right. We'll work with it. Thank you for coming in. Thank you to our audience who's been tuning in from Bermuda and the Cayman Islands. Big up to Grand Cayman, Little Cayman, Cayman Brac. Those who are watching, who are going to be watching in the Virgin Islands, in listening in Turks and Caicos, in Bermuda, our media partners are Cayman Marwood, in Cayman Islands, obviously Radio Turks and Caicos, Radio Montserrat, CBN Radio in the Virgin Islands, Channel 82 in Bermuda, Radio Sabre, and CBC Radio in Barbados. Thank you very much, and you all have a great weekend. And Ms. Richardson, happy Mother's Day in advance.
Yes, happy Mother's Day, Miss Roots, and to all the mothers listening.
Have a great day.
And to all the mothers that are listening. All right, take care.
Thank you. Take care.
Good one.